and black. Red, white and black.
7:46 in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, the triathlon is considered by many as the ultimate endurance sport, which is why I stay very, very far from it. Some may argue that, of course, tomorrow athletes will be pushing themselves to the limit with a 5-mile endurance challenge with over 20 military-style obstacles. It's called hardcore. It's more than a race, it's a challenge. The second edition takes place tomorrow at Pier One in Chaguaramas. To give us more information on the event, we are joined by 3 guests. In the middle, we have the CEO of the event, Brett Bulling. He's all over the place. 1 minute he's at the British High Commission, next minute he's dealing with Special Olympics, now he's dealing with this event. I wonder where he'll turn up next. We also have with us event coordinator Jamie Garcia, and I regret to say, someone who used to be here a long while ago talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and all sorts of things, our own freshwater Yankee, Adrian Frederick, with his 10-gallon hat. What's happening, boss?
I'm good, I'm good. We're still in the rebuilding stages, so yeah.
Yes, maybe Town and Country and give you all approval, so that's why it's taken a while. But good morning, everybody. Good to have you on the program. So Jamie, tell us about the event. What can people look forward to?
I mean, people can look forward to. Last year was our first year for this type of event. We had 20 obstacles last year. This year we ramped up the size of the obstacles. We have now 23 obstacles. They're probably 3 times the size of what they were last year.
Is it an all-day thing? What time does competition?
Yeah, all-day thing. It basically starts at 8 a.m. Gates open at 8 a.m. and registration starts from 8 to 12. The races kick off from 10 straight throughout. It's basically 18 hours of
non-stop competition.
And party.
Well,
with Trini, right?
Yeah, so what can I say? Everything is a party. But can people just simply turn up and register? Or do you have to? Is there teams or individuals? How is it going to work?
Well, basically, we have an online registration system.
Which is, if you want to get online, what's the
hardcorecaribbean.com.
Okay.
Or you can check us out on Facebook. Basically, so we have a pre-registration online so that they can register, buy tickets, and for those who want to compete, you know, we have a part where they can actually compete and run against each other for a $10,000 prize. And then we also driving like teamwork and bringing like teams together to like overcome obstacles. So the other side is the participant side, where you know you can really just do it for fun. The obstacles are not mandatory, but again they're very challenging. We're trying to basically drive people to overcome obstacles, you know, and get into like a fit and healthy lifestyle. Indeed,
it's very important. And talking about overcoming obstacles, maybe you could get Jack Warner to get involved, because he needs to get over the obstacle of beating the UNC in Chaguaramas West. But that's something entirely different. So, Brett Bulling, from your perspective as CEO of the event, all is in place. Everything based on what would have occurred last year would have informed and helped determine how it's going to run this year. Everything in place for the event.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, obviously last year, first event, it was a learning curve for us. You know, this year is going to be absolutely incredible. As Jamie said, it's literally 5 times the size in terms of the scale of our obstacles.
How difficult is it to manage in that extent? When something becomes very successful, very popular, the challenge becomes to ensure that it retains the efficiency and the vibe, everything you want to create in a particular event.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a very challenging event because it's complex, but we're very lucky to have the support of a lot of government agencies. In fact, the Ministry of Sport Company have been absolutely fantastic in supporting us, as well as the Defence Force, ODPM, Chaguaramas Development Authority. All the agencies have really worked very closely with us to make sure that it's a safe event and that it goes off best for everybody. So.
Is it a spectator-friendly event? Is it something that people could turn up and actually be able to see most of the activities, sporting and competitive activities taking place?
Yeah, absolutely, but only for our kind of paid spectators, because we'll be showing the action on live screens in Pier One, and we also have a spectator zone in Pier Two. But those are for ticketed spectators.
What's the cost for admission?
It's $200.
$200. Yeah. So Adrian, apart from you being here as comic relief, what is your own role in this entire exercise?
My role actually is not only in the promotional, but seeing that I also partake in the event last year, you know, same time, sharing the experience with the majority of the population as well. I'm a commentator with ESPN. So ESPN, as they're covering the event, I will be partaking also in that particular area.
ESPN covering it?
Yes, ESPN International. Basically, they're going to showcase, the production's going to be an hour long, and they're going to showcase in 122 countries.
So now you doing ESPN?
It pays to be a clown.
But we know that. You just look at the politics in Trinidad. It pays to be a clown.
Hey.
But I mean, so wait now, you doing ESPN commentary before I get a chance to do ESPN commentary?
Yes, sir.
What the hell really going on?
I don't know.
This world is really upside down. But $200 admission.
Yes.
Jamie Garcia, are people going to get value for money?
They definitely are going to get value for money. The show that we're going to put on is, I think it's going to blow people's minds. We're really trying to put Trinidad as, the hub for this type of adventure fitness, and really put us on the map for this type of thing. They have the events in the US, which generates like 10,000 people coming to do this type of event. In the UK, that event is the Spartan race that generates 50,000 people to come and do that type of event. So now if we have Trinidad as the hub for this type of event, we can really start generating tourism into the country.
And indeed, Brett, the expectation is if you've reached a certain standard the first year, you've got to come even better the second year, and there will always be that level of expectation. Confident that you'll be able to deliver in this 2013 edition?
Yeah, absolutely, Fazia. We, as I said before, the event this year is very different to last year. We've come a long way in the year since last year, and obviously with all the support we've had, we've built quite an amazing show, and it's going to be an incredible experience, particularly mostly for the participants, obviously, but also for our spectators and people that get to read about it afterward.
And are there greater demands on meeting certain levels of organization if you've got an international network covering it, if it's an opportunity for global exposure that you've got to deliver? You can't say, well, anytime is Trinidad time, that it will start whenever. Yeah. Does that place a real challenge on the organizers?
I'm not sure if it places a challenge, because we have a very, very good team, and we have a kind of a growing team. I'm very proud of all of the team for what they've managed to achieve, and we've pulled together, and kind of delivered pretty well. So I'm pretty pleased. But you're right. It has to run well. It has to run smoothly because we're on the world stage.
Yes, Jamie.
We basically we did shift a couple of things from last year. Basically, after last year's event, we really sat down and said, how can we better this event? How can we get further?
Right.
So we did pull in a lot of people, like the RIAT is doing the full communications, that type of thing. We have the support from the fire, the army, etc., as well as...
Because health and safety is also very important.
Health and safety, we have engineers building the obstacles. We really took into consideration every aspect of the challenge. Also, last year we started the race, well, not race, but challenge everyone at the same time. Now we have staggered starts, so we have a lot more control on the obstacles and going forward.
So Adrian, you're not competing this year?
No.
So you're doing commentary this year?
Commentary, but with a twist. Listen, I want to be able to not only commentary, but also, just, get myself a little muddy a little bit, get myself involved. Trust me.
You sound like the Lakers, because right now they are the very bottom of things. They're all in the dirt and the mud and so on. But in the meantime, all is set to get underway. Hopefully all goes well. Yes. You say, again, registration, people can register. What time would you advise that they get there for?
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Yes.
So be on time, everybody. So if for those who might be, people as a Friday night will want to party non-stop, well, go to the thing right after, because people party till late, from what I gather these days in Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks very much for coming in. Let's hope all goes well with the exercise, and hopefully Adrian won't embarrass himself as an ESPN commentator / performer / comedic personality in that respect. Talk to you about your behavior. We have the news coming up, and then I'll be back to wrap up the program.